How many eBay listings can we take photos for in the next 30 minutes? Let's find out. Okay, right here we're at our eBay photo studio. This is what I've got all set up and ready to go. I have I don't know, maybe 10 or 12, maybe 8. I don't know, let's see. I've got a few drafts, 12 drafts written up in my eBay app. I usually write all my drafts up on the on my laptop in the eBay website, and then I save them as drafts, and then I bring the items down here once I have enough things to make it worthwhile. And then I shoot photos and then upload them directly into the eBay app. So today I'm going to take 30 minutes and see how many of these things we can get done. Some of these are a little bit complicated, so they might take a little bit of time. Some of them are easier than others, so we'll see what we can get through. I'm going to put a 30-minute timer on the clock, and then we're going to get started. So let's go to the timer. It's already set up for 30 minutes. So I'm just going to press start, and then we'll start taking pictures. Okay, ready, start. Okay. I just used the standard Android photo app and take all of my pictures with that and then upload them into the eBay app. So we're gonna start with these. These are Bunny Lane ceramic pieces. This is produced by something called the Strata Group. You can see there's the name of it there. And these are obviously Easter related. I just told myself that I wasn't going to be going out sourcing for inventory anytime soon because I have very little space to store things right now. And also I have plenty of back stock that I haven't gotten listed, but I don't know. I went out one day to go to the post office and I ended up somehow close enough to the Goodwill, a Goodwill that I don't always go to, that I decided to just stop in and see what I could find. And I found these cute little bunny rabbit pieces. I just had a few sales of Easter related stuff as we're heading into April. So I went ahead and picked these up. They're not incredibly valuable, really. I paid about $1 or $2. Let's say I paid $1 a piece for these. And so that adds up to about $11 or something like that. I had seen a listing of 2 of these mugs that sold for $27. And so I thought, $2 into 27 is pretty good. So I went ahead and bought this stuff. But once I got it home, it seems like the value is a little less than I thought it was. I'm still going to try. There's 11 pieces here. Let's go to the draft, and then I'll tell you what I have planned. So I'm going to try to get $68.99, and then I would take offers as low as $56. So $11 into $60 isn't something I might usually think about. But in this case, I thought they were cute enough. We're heading into Easter season. If I can get these photographed and listed today, hopefully we have time to get them sold. I'm shooting this on the 5th, April 5th. 5th, right? April 6th. So there's still some time before Easter, but not a lot. So I want to get them listed as soon as possible. I'm not sure if I did it, but once I got these home, I noticed a couple little chips, and I didn't really bring them home in the safest way possible. I didn't have any way to wrap them or anything, so everything just got piled into a IKEA bag. So 2 of these mugs have chips, so that's a detriment right there. But the other one is good. These 6 bowls are good. Let's start with the 6 bowls. I was surprised to learn that there's 3 different patterns for these bowls. I assumed they would be just one bowl. One bunny in each bowl, but this one is a standing up one. This one is kind of leaping, and this one's sniffing up at these carrots. So 3 different bowls, and then 3 different mugs as well. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate about those chips. So I'm not going to go crazy with these photos because there are 11 pieces here and I only have 24 photos on eBay. But I want to show the stamp on the bottom, the maker's marks, and I want to show that some of these items still have their original price tags on them. I should have done the mugs first. I think it's prudent to show any flaws as early as possible in your listings. So I would do the group shot as the main photo, and then the second shots will be into the mugs, and then the third one will be the flaws in the mugs, the two little chips. So I'm going to have to reorder these. Oh, this one still has this sticker on it that I don't want on there. The Goodwill, this is an old Marshalls sticker, so somebody bought these at Marshalls and never used them. But the Goodwill just switched. The Goodwills I go to anyway, just switched to some new stickers, price stickers, and they are almost impossible to remove without tearing them and leaving behind a bunch of residue as compared to the older ones, which were not quite so difficult to get off. Even using a hair dryer and a label remover, a little scraper, they still don't come off that well. So it's a little bit infuriating. You bring these things home from the store and then you have to spend as much time as you did shopping trying to just get the stickers off. And I mean, that's not it. That's not an exaggeration. Those stickers are extreme. And I get it. I'm sure there are a lot of people coming in there switching price tags around, trying to get discounts, self-imposed discounts. But it's crazy to me to penalize your customers because of some bad actors. Okay, so I'm going to do these 3 mugs. Then I'm going to get right in here on this one and show the chip. Let me do. My wife was a ceramic artist, and she said that whatever kind of glaze they use on these is prone to chipping. Okay, there's the one with the chip. This chip is almost invisible. I only noticed it because when I was taking the stickers off, my finger ran across it and I could feel it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to photograph it properly. Well, yeah, I can see that. Okay, then this one. And then this is the good one, has no chips at all. Also, it has all the stickers, so we'll take that one. I think this is a spoon rest. It's got stickers on it too. The original stickers, not the Goodwill stickers. And then this is supposed to be, this is a salt shaker. I think it's supposed to hang over the edge. They also sell a soup tureen, this pattern, these bunny patterns. And I'm assuming this hangs over the edge of the soup bowl. There's probably a pepper shaker. I looked around for it there and I couldn't find it. And you know, all this stuff, in those stores, they never keep anything together. So I had to search all around. I mean, I'm searching all around anyway, but I found all of these in different locations in the store. And, you know, maybe this wasn't the best purchase. We'll see if it sells or not. I haven't seen anybody selling a lot of this many. There's maybe like a lot of 6 or a lot of 8, but not this many. So we'll see if anybody buys it or not. Now I have to figure out where I'm going to store this. And like I just said, storage is at a premium right now. You know what? I'm just going to put it right here. This will fill one of these cubicles pretty well. I put the bunny, the salt shaker inside. Put this in a bowl. And then that's all set. Good. So that is called, where's my, I put the location where I stored it in this custom SKU field on eBay. So that is going to be called BC2C. BC2C. So I'm calling this whole shelving unit BC, bedroom cube. And then this column is column 1, A, B, C, column 2, A, B, and C, column 3, A, B, and C. So it would be just about impossible to not find this once it sells. If you're an eBay seller just getting started out, first thing I recommend is figuring out some sort of an inventory system, because you will never be able to remember where everything is if you don't have some kind of a system. Okay, so those are done. Okay, this thing needs batteries. I need to test it, so I'm going to hold off on that one. But I do have this right here. This is a Danbury Mint piece. They, Danbury Mint makes all of these little model, I don't even know what you call them, miniature sculptures. And typically, they do things like, excuse me, they do things like the White House or other government buildings or sports arenas. A lot of things, really. This one came from a series called Fisherman's Cove. And so I believe this was in a set of 4, and I think I have 2 of the other 4 that it came with. I'm just going to sell them individually. Some of these Danbury Mint things are really very valuable. These particular ones are not so much. And there was a bunch of them at the thrift store, but almost all of them were broken. This stuff is relatively fragile. So I grabbed 3. I think I got 3 that were not broken, and they were only like $2 each. $2. This one was $1.99. I think 2 of them were $1.99 and one of them was $2.99. So they sell for about maybe $20 to $24, something like that. I'll probably try to sell them low, like 16 or 18. There's not much I can really take pictures of on this thing. So yeah, there was another guy there. They just came out on the sorting carts. You know how they do at the Goodwill? There was another guy there who was looking at those carts, and he was interested in these too, but like I said, most of them were broken. I know he got a couple that I didn't get a chance to look at, but so this, like I said, this came in a package of 4 pieces, and then they would sell bigger pieces, individually, so you can make your whole seaside fisherman set to put on your mantle or wherever you put it. So he probably got the 4th one. This is the lighthouse one. And let's get these photos in. Done. And let's find someplace to keep this. I have some other items of this type, and I think I'm going to try to put them together. I usually try to keep similar items separated from each other so I don't accidentally pull the wrong thing, when I'm picking orders. These shelves are just milk crates. I zip tied them all together. I need to get a long screw and screw these into the wall to make sure they don't come tumbling down. So this is crate 1, A, B, C, D, crate 1E. So that's done. I'm going to get these done right away because they are relatively fragile. They have these. Each of them has pieces that stick out. For instance, these little people. There's little people walking around here. Those I think are metal, and then there's like a hole drilled, and they have a metal piece to hold them down into this. I assume this is acrylic of some kind of resin. And so those people can easily bend over, and if they bend more than once, they just break right off. Okay, what's this one? This one has, here's an example what I'm talking about. It has this little piece sticking out of the front. That's like the sign for the shop. And that was bent sideways and the paint chipped off because of that. So I'm trying to get a close-up of that part. It also has a decal of the name of the store, Chandler's, and it was applied upside down. I don't know if that's a selling point or a defect that people wouldn't be interested in. You never know with these things. Sometimes if something has a flaw from the factory, that makes it more valuable. I don't know. I know there are some ceramics companies that anything that comes out of a kiln with anything like a flaw, they just smash it. So if something comes from a high-end ceramics shop, it could be more valuable if it has a flaw in it, because those are the ones that are getting smashed to bits. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a picture of the bottom of this. And then that's enough. This one is Chandler's. I wrote in here that it has that flaw, so hopefully that is something that would draw people, but I don't know if it will. The only other Danbury Mint thing I remember selling was, I think it was an Elvis related one. Maybe it was Graceland. And it lit up from the inside, so when I got it, it didn't work. So I had to take it apart and figure out where the loose wire was and repair that. And then I sold that pretty quickly. Okay, where should we put this one? Same general area if we can. Okay, this is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's some mugs here and I'm stacking it on top of them. Okay, crate. B, E. So that one was D. I think I put E on it, but it should have been. This one is crate 2E. Let's go back and look at that other one, because I think I put E when it should have been D. Come on. I did. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is the third one. This is like a little mansion on a little island. Danbury Mint. Okay, let's take some photos. So this one has a little man walking here. And this is where I noticed he had been bent over. So that's when I realized, oh, these pieces are added on later. These figures, probably these trees as well. And I just bent him back into place a little bit. Oh, here's another figure. This one is in good shape. These, I don't really understand the market for these. Like, I'm not sure how you could, I mean, this isn't elaborate. This is all hand painted. All these extra pieces are applied after molding. And then what are they going to sell them for? $40, $50? Seems, doesn't seem financially viable, but what do I know? Oh, I want to get the bottom of this. Okay. Very good. Whoops, I closed that one. I'm gonna have to do that again. I went back too far. Oh, it's got some, it does this thing where it just stops adding pictures if you do something wrong. So then you have to try to figure out where you ended. Okay, upload photos. I'm just going to add some of these in and hope that they're not duplicates. Okay, where should we keep this one? I just cleaned this surface off, and then some of these have like little flocks, like flocking that's adhered to them, and some of that is coming off on my backdrop. Okay, this one is going to be crate 2C. Okay, that's 4 things. This one's a big score here. This is a good one. Radio Shack. Some of this vintage Radio Shack stuff is sought after, and some of it is just straight garbage. This one is I think it's like a police scanner, desktop, mobile, digital trunking. I don't really know what that means. It's a radio scanner, so I assume you can listen to the police and fire department or whatever. I don't know what year this is, but it says Pro 197, so I guess that means it's a good one. I paid $10 for it, but once I averaged out my cost of goods, I'm saying I paid only $6.25 for it. And some of these that are with the box and everything have sold for over $350, so that's a pretty good turnaround. This one, once you open it, you can see that it's all brand new in the box, has never been used at all. So I'm tempted to be greedy and try to get $350 to $375 or something like that, but I'm rethinking my sales pricing theories. I usually put things sort of in the middle of what's currently available, and there's only 2 or 3 of these listed, and one of them has the box but is not new. The other one is pre-used. It doesn't even have the box. And the one that is not brand new, they have listed for $3. It has a box. It doesn't have all this wrapping and everything, and they have it listed for $325. So I was thinking to just do that same price, and then I decided to put it a little bit lower. So I want this to sell. I don't want to be sitting on it trying to make an extra $40 or $50 on it. So I put it at $318, I think. $315 or $318. So right now it should be, as far as being a new with the box one, it should be the only one listed on eBay. And then also one of the lowest cost ones that comes with the box. So I didn't put it as low as the used one, which I think they were asking $225, maybe $275. But this brand new one, if I paid $6.25 for it, if I made $300 instead of $350, I think I would be fine with that. So look, it's brand new. I mean, this is cool. I'm not sure I think the police technology has changed, and maybe you can't even listen to that stuff anymore. I really don't know. There's probably websites where you just listen to police scanners. I'm not going to go crazy with these photos because, I mean, if it's described as new in the box, what really can you take pictures of? So let's put this back in. This is the main component, so get that back in here. Then this is like a mounting bracket. I'm not even going to take that out. I guess you could put it under your car dashboard. It has wiring here. It has this wiring so you can put it on your desktop, just listen to it at home. Then it has this kind of wiring so you can plug it into your car power source somehow. And then it has that. This is part of the bracket as well for mounting it in your car. We don't need to have people driving around listening to police reports. That's not necessary. So antenna. Everything has its little place where it's obviously supposed to go, except for the antenna. So I don't really know for sure where to put that. No, I thought maybe it would go in this box, but it doesn't. So yeah, I was at the Goodwill and I saw someone already had this in their hands and they opened it and they were walking around with it. And I could just tell from the look of it that this was going to be something I wanted to get myself. But you know how it is there at those stores, it's like first come, first serve. So I just thought, oh well, I don't get it. And then maybe 10 minutes later, I was walking around some more and I saw that he had put it down somewhere. So I grabbed it up right away, did a little research, and I was pretty excited to get that. I could see how much it's selling for. Okay, let's go to this eBay app. This is the draft I already started to write. I'm just going to add these photos. I'm doing a lot of scheduling of listings. Like I think eBay allows you to schedule up to 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So I usually schedule 5 to 7 items a day. I usually do 7 and then I'll go back. If I reach the end and I can't schedule anymore, I'll go back and do 6 items for each day. And once I get to the end of that, then I'll go back and do 7. And I just keep going like that. Right now, I'm not quite at the end yet, so I could be listing this like in April 27th or something like that. But I think I'm gonna list this earlier because this is a good amount of money, and I want to get this sold as quickly as possible. So let's find a location to store it, which there's plenty of room for something that's gonna make $300. I can find room for that. No, there's some space here. No, right here. Okay, LR8A. Okay, that's 5 things ready to go. Ready to list. Now on to the next pile. All right, let's start with this. This is a Grateful Dead hat. This is the Grateful Dead skull logo. And it's made by a company called Concept One. I don't know what this symbol, it looks like G0. So I don't know if that's maybe a C, it's supposed to be C0 or CO, Concept One. I'm not sure, but it says Concept One accessories on it. It's a fitted hat. It does have a little bit of pilling that I probably should get a razor and scrape off some of this before I take pictures of it. But actually, it's just that one little bit. These other ones are just variations in the color of the fabric. Okay, so yeah, I saw this hat over by the other hats, and I don't know. I haven't really bought a lot of Grateful Dead stuff, but I assumed it was going to be a good one, and it is a good one. There's one currently listed, pre-owned, worn condition for $49.99, and then there's another one that's sold for $39.99. Let's get this. This is where it says Grateful Dead on the back. So I think I paid $1.99 for it. So $1.99, if I can sell that for $40, that'd be pretty good. So I think I have it listed starting at $39, maybe $35.99. I think I marked it a little bit lower to try to make it move quickly. because like everything else, I'm trying to get stuff to move right now. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a bag. I think we're probably just about out of time on our 30 minutes. How much time we have left? I'm gonna try to get this one done quickly because I think we got about less than a minute left. Okay, so with the hats, I've been recently putting them in a bag and then putting a clip and then finding a spot on this wall that has some room. So here's a spot right here where I just sold a hat a couple of days ago. Oops, I knocked one down. Some of these hats I have listed for pretty high prices, like over $100, over $80. So I might go through and rethink the prices on them because this wall is overloaded and I keep bringing home more and more hats. All right, let's go back to drafts. Drafts. I'm going to put in dead to search for this. There it is, right off the bat. Oh, there's the timer. I'm going to finish this listing. Okay, this location, I have it called Wall, W-A-L-L, and then A-B-C-D-E-F-2. Really, if I just know it's in one column, that'd be enough, but I've been putting the 2 on to mark how high it is on the wall. Okay, that one's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got through 6 listings today. A couple of them were a little bit time consuming, like those bunnies. And finding locations for these things is getting harder and harder all the time. So I'm going to continue doing some listing today, but I'm going to cut the video here. And then hopefully tonight, we do have 3 or 4 orders in. This is a Sunday, so we have some sales from yesterday evening and this morning. Just not too many, 3 or 4, but we'll do a packing video tonight. So look forward to that. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.